Okay. Now, let me make this very clear to everybody, okay? I look just like my sister. Okay. Let me make something very clear before I get going and get started. I only have 2 people watching right now, so when I do a live stream, when I'm on the road, for some reason the internet sucks. Or that's not a good terminology. It really is bad. For some reason the Wi-Fi is not as good as it should be. Let me make that clear. So I might buffer, okay? When I think I've got 5 bars, like I've got 5 bars. And so I might lose signal. All right? I might just lose signal, okay? Now, let me make this very clear. Yeah, let me make this very clear. So everybody has a perfect understanding of what's going on right here. I am driving to Vegas to the ASD show, and I am not going to buy toys. Ryan put in there, so Ryan, it's so funny about Ryan. He yells at me because I want to buy toys. And then when I say I'm not buying toys, he gets mad at me that I'm not buying toys. Does that make any sense? That makes perfect. Now, guess where I'm going? Now, I can't take this in, but wait till you see. I'm going to this, there's a place, Lima. I'm in Lima right now. I just filled up my tank at Sam's Club. Just filled it up to the brim. And when you know it, I hit the red light. Right before you get on the interstate, there's a special place. I already went to Chick-fil-A just for lunch or breakfast. So that, because normally when I'm going on 75, I'd have to go to Sydney because that's the closest Chick-fil-A. Well, guess what? Bowling Green, because they're stupid and they're idiots at Bowling Green City Council, they've denied many times for Chick-fil-A to come into Bowling Green. Yeah, too conservative. And so Chick-fil-A built another Chick-fil-A right off of 75, right in Findlay, okay? Brand new one, okay? Brand new. And so I just pulled in there today, and I was asking, so the Coca-Cola guys are there, okay? And I always ask these guys questions. I go, so what's the biggest problem? He goes, McDonald's is the worst place because they have their own system. They have their own water system, and it is an absolute nightmare. Okay, now, I didn't see that. What the heck? I'm gonna stick here. Already, I've got bad service, I think. Yep, already. It never ends. Right now, it's buffering. I give up. Unbelievable. I give up. I really do. I give up. It almost gets me upset. You know that? I'm almost upset. Anyways, I got my donuts for donut time. I got 6 glazed donuts, okay? And these, now I'm not going to eat all 6 of these because I think I would die. But I got 6 glazed donuts, baby. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Now, I have no idea. Okay, so none of you heard my monologue because all of a sudden, the minute I go live, I lose my signal. And it's all Adam. Adam is obsessed with live stream. Oh, yeah, well, you know what? If I could have her live stream, if I could ever have internet. Unbelievable. 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 I don't understand it. We either have a terrible internet system. Well, no, it really is. We have we have everybody in the country has a stupid cell. And then somebody calls me. Did you understand I'm doing a live stream? Unbelievable. I don't understand it. I really don't. Yeah, I'm looking at. I know you're looking at me, Derek. I know it. I know it. I give up. I honestly give up. You know, it's, well, I mean, really, if you look at this situation, if you really look at it from a very practical standpoint, so what I'm doing is kind of revolutionary. I am doing a live stream. That means I am broadcasting my face live all over the world as I'm traveling, as I'm driving. Let that sink in. So, you probably are saying, where am I headed? I am headed to the greatest show on earth. Let me just say, it's the greatest show on earth. They have 2 of these shows every year. They have one in August and one in September. If you're any company on earth and you're trying to sell your product, you need to be at these shows. Both of them, every year. Now, a big booth, or you could just do a nice modular, a compact booth. But if you're anybody, if you sell anything, I don't care what it is, you should be at ASD every year. And I did ASD the first time back in 2019. Was it 2019? No, it was 2018. No, it was 2017. And I was hooked. I said, oh my gosh, if you're anybody, you need to do this show. And if you're any retailer on earth, you need to go to the show once a year at least. You don't have to go to twice a year, but at least once a year you need to go to ASD if you're a retailer. And if you have a brick and mortar, that is the truth. And ASD is the show. It's the show. It's the only show. It's the only show that you should ever do. And that's my opinion. Based on doing this, you know, if you're going to speed up, speed up. If you're not going to speed up, don't speed up. But don't slow down when I slow down. Oh, of course. Yep, you're just going to randomly drive. Right. That's wonderful. Yep, that's wonderful. Yep, wonderful. Unbelievable. I swear people don't know how to drive. Oh, now he's going to pull over. Now he's going to speed up or pull over. Yeah, just wonderful. Unbelievable. Now, I have no idea. What do you want? I have no idea how long I'm going to have the internet. Okay, so my plan is to do a 2-hour show. It takes 2 hours to get to Dayton, and Dayton to Indiana. There's okay internet to Indiana, but once I'm in Indiana, it's pretty pathetic. Okay, I'm just telling you. The only time I have internet is in Indianapolis, and then outside of Indianapolis going west on S70, you might as well kiss it goodbye. You might as well kiss it goodbye. So I'm going to ASD. I'm just going to buy everything that I'm going to see. I'm going to buy this new gun collect. Daniel is obsessed with our guns. He says, Dad, guns is the future. Well, I'm buying this rubber gun system. All these rubber guns. I'm buying the whole line. I'm buying the whole line. You know, he's so obsessed with guns. Okay. How many of you? I need to know how many of you think I need to reorder the Police Interceptor by AFX. I just need a thumbs up. Because I'm driving, I don't need a lot of words, I just need a thumbs up question. Should I buy more? Okay, now what do you want to do? Are you going to try to outsell or what? Yeah, of course. Then you're going to pull over in front of me or slow down in front of this semi. Is that what you're going to do? Seriously, is that what you're going to do? Unbelievable. All right, so everybody says yes. Okay. Everybody says yes. Okay, thumbs up. I don't need any comments. I just need a thumb up. Thumbs up. So, a lot of you are new to the show, and you've probably never experienced me getting in the car driving to Vegas. I've been driving to Vegas on the live stream, gosh, ever since we started the show. I've done it with David and Frankie and Daniel and Ryan. Well, Ryan, we've done live stream as we go to the different shows. And normally I would take Interstate 80 Interstate 80 to go down, but I found out that that's really the longest way. Taking 75 south to 70, boom, goes right to Vegas. Right to Vegas. And I don't have to worry about Chicago, all the pathetic tolls, all the pathetic driving. It's absolutely a joke. Now, when I do this show, I start to talk about things that I like to talk about. Now, obviously, I want to talk about slot cars, but, you know, I don't have a lot of slot cars here, okay? Now, what I did bring, I'm pretty smart, okay? I did bring this, okay? Ready? I did bring my color copies. Yes, and this is one of our new cars, a Daytona. A Daytona. Yes, sirree, a Daytona. Now, I've got to watch out what I'm doing. You know what I noticed is that when I started driving with a cell phone was back in 2000. And I got pretty good at it because I was driving everywhere. And I had my cell phone with me, but not until the smartphone in 2007 did I really get good at driving with a phone. And you have to drive all the time with a cell phone to get good at it, okay? Where you can be driving and texting and talking and it not bother your driving. But because I don't do that anymore, I really can't do that. all I can do is just set my, now I did get this new stand, okay, for my car. It basically sucks onto the window, and my iPad is perfectly placed. You couldn't get a better placing right there. So I'm going to be showing you off some cars here, but a lot of times I just kind of talk, you know, about what I'm thinking about, what's going on in the world, and how one man is changing the entire world in less than a year. I'm going to go next year. I've decided next year I'm going to Cuba for vacation, because it's going to be the 51st state, and I'm going to go to Cuba and enjoy myself on the Caribbean beaches. Because let me tell you something right now, everybody. Cuba is going to be either a state or like Puerto Rico, okay? The problem with Puerto Rico is that there's too much corruption, and they got to clean that state up. Is really the sad part about it. But there are so many things going on right now in the world. It is unbelievable. So yesterday I tried to help Ryan sell a mattress, and he screwed it up. The guy said, well, I'm going to wait till I get to, I might wait till Texas to buy a mattress. I said, come on, you should have given him a Texas discount. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. I always say that. Get the sale now and be done with it. So normally it's going to take me about 2 days to go to the show. I just filled up with my Mini Cooper. I have 434 miles in one tank, and I'm driving to the ASD show. I'm helping Bill with IMAX. He's got a distributorship in Florida, and I'm going to help him at the show. And that's what I'm doing. I hope everybody understands that. I'll be doing a live stream today, maybe tonight afternoon. The boys have an auction tonight. They're going to be doing an auction tonight. What else is happening? What happened yesterday? Okay. I give up with Frankie. Honestly, I give up with Frankie. I don't know what to do. So in the car yesterday, I had $4 in the glove, you know, right there on the floor. There's a place where you can put money. So I put $4 there, okay, and a $5. There was $9 there. And so I had to go do something, and I left Frankie and David in the car. Then I came back and well, the $5, I already used the $5, so there was only 4 $1 bills left. And so there was only 2 there. And I said, where are the $2 bills, guys? Who took the money? And none of them. Frankie and David, nobody knew. And then, so we were leaving, having dinner yesterday at El Zarape, and Frankie was buying bubble gum. I said, you shouldn't be buying that. He said, give me the gum. And I said, let me check your pockets. And so I reached in his one pocket, and guess what he had? He had 2 $1 bills folded up. I go, Frankie, these are the $2. And he goes, yes. I think, like, what is it with you about telling the truth? Don't you know how to even tell the truth? I'm telling you, I just can't help it. No, he can't help it. He literally, I mean, I don't know what to do. See, and this is really sad. He had to come with me to the Vegas show. Okay? And I can't take him. I couldn't trust him. of walking around to all the booths if he's not just putting everything in his pocket. I can't deal with it. I was very upset because I wanted to bring him, but I knew it would be a disaster. I knew it would be a disaster. Complete, utter disaster. Okay, now who's coming by me? Sheriff. We got a Ohio Sheriff. One thing about Ohio Sheriff, they're all the same car. Black with yellow stripes. I'm doing 80 miles, well, 70. My vehicle travels about 5 miles under what it says on the speedometer. 80 miles, I'm doing 75. And he's just flying by me. Flying, I don't even have my, I tell you, I don't even have my, okay, now he's pulling over because there's another guy over here. Is he a sheriff or is he state? Oh yeah, he's the state. He's Ohio Patrol. Yeah, he's Ohio Patrol. He's state Ohio. State of Ohio. So, I'm not really afraid of being pulled over for a ticket because they're gonna pull my record up or they're gonna pull my thing up and they're gonna look at it and they're gonna go, this isn't worth it. Why am I gonna pull him over? What? It's not gonna do me any good. The guy's been 10 years with no ticket. How do you drive with no ticket? You gotta have a way of doing it. That's how you have a way. Oh, and what else did I learn yesterday? I was going to bring one of my displays, but I must have screwed up gluing the supports together because a bunch of them weren't even glued. So I have to redo the whole thing. Not redo it, but I have to check all the connections. So right now I'm about 20 miles south of Lima. Now, I've always told this to people, all you have to do, if you want to know where I am, all you have to do is go to Google Earth, okay, and you type my name in and my phone number, and it will locate my car, and you'll be able to follow me on Google Earth. Get a refund on that haircut. Yeah, I don't think that this is not, well, see, what I'm trying to do is to look like Pro Tinker on my image. Go to my website and look at the guy that's there, okay? His hair is all just crazy. That's what I'm trying to look like, okay? Is to look like, where it's just kind of crazy. So that's all I can tell you guys, okay? Yeah, so my phone number, all the way to Vegas. Just tell me. So you really want to go, I'm doing 80. How fast do you want to go? Seriously. You go 90? Unbelievable. You really want to do 90 miles an hour, huh? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, I hope a lot of people like these new cars. Some of these new cars are really nice. And this is actually the Joe Dirt car from the movie Joe Dirt. Pretty sweet. All right, so Derek, okay, you can't call me Derek. Do you understand you cannot call me when I'm driving? Because I can't hear you, Derek. All right, do you understand that?
No, be funny, man. I'm looking at you.
Okay, I know you're looking at me. What do you want me to do? Huh?
Be funny. Say something funny.
Oh, I see.
Funny.
Say something funny. Oh, my
hey,
God.
Hey,
what?
Hey,
hey.
Eat some donuts.
What?
Eat some donuts. Eat some donuts.
I'm not going to eat the donuts until 11 o'clock.
Man, eat.
I'm not going to eat one. I'm going to eat one at 11 o'clock. Unbelievable. Goodbye. This is what I have to deal with. This is what I have to deal with. Unbelievable. So the guy literally is obsessed with watching me. He's obsessed with watching me. He cannot have an average. Adam's the same way. Adam is obsessed with watching me. He doesn't. He's. I think. Honestly, you know what? I really think I should have my own television show. I really do. I really do. I think I could. I think it would be the #1 show. And you know what it would be? You would write a script, okay? And everybody has their words. And then Bryan, you write down Bryan's words, okay? And so what you do is you write the story where you're asking Bryan a question, okay? Every time it's always asking Bryan a question, or what is his opinion, And so Bryan then is gonna pontificate, okay? You don't know what he's gonna say, and so the cast then has to react to that spontaneously, just once, and then they go back to the script. It would be the most unique and most revolutionary TV show ever being done. I'm just telling you. People would absolutely go crazy. I was at the store yesterday, at the mattress store, and these two people came in. I was trying to help get Ryan's mattress, and the woman goes, "Man, you need to be in stand-up." I go, "I know I should. I need my own television show." All I can do is do the best show I can with what abilities I'm given. And well, I don't have to go through Dayton. Interstate 70 is north of Dayton by about 10 miles. See, what they did when they made the interstate system, they really kind of screwed up. And this was back in the 60s. And so they decided to destroy every city by basically putting an interstate right in the heart of the city, when it should have been on the outskirts. There should have been arteries going into the city, but not around or through it. And that's what they did. And they ruined a lot of cities. I remember living in Burlington, Iowa in the 1960s, 68 and 69. And they were building a interstate, a small one, and they right through Burlington. And they literally tore down half the town to put this highway in. Uglier than hell. Just terrible. In 1969, just cut the town in half. Cut the town in half. Silverado. Now, why would you have lights on your tires? Why would you do that? All right, so we got a mobile home being pulled up here in sections. I'm going to get over. So we've got 35 of my people. Unbelievable. I really don't understand how there's no cell service cell data. Either that is there's not enough bandwidth. That's one thing that revolutionized the mobile industry is when they came out with double wides. Changed everything. Literally changed everything. A double wide motor home. They've got them nowadays where they're just huge. They're almost bigger than a house or a conventional house. Well, now I'm coming into Piqua, Dayton area. Now, Piqua is just before Dayton. And we're going to go to 3 lanes. Once we go to 3 lanes, we're about 5-10 miles from 70. So Daniel and Bryan and I, we had our discussion. Daniel, I'm trying to figure Daniel out. I just don't get him. He's got see, what a lot of people don't understand is that retail is it's a complicated business, I like to say. It's a shell game in a sense. Retail is. You make it up here and you lose it here. And there's no business. I don't care what store you've had or what store you've been in or if you've ever had a store. Okay, there's always going to be loss. You're always going to have ups and downs. And that is what is so exciting and what is tricky about retail. I mean, there are big bonuses and then there are big bummers, okay? And you have to go through those. It's like you cannot have a retail store that you don't have those going through. It just is impossible. I don't care. That's just the nature. That's like driving. You know, there are accidents. And that's why they're called accidents. You cannot stop an accident. And you know what's funny about cars? Cars and automobiles is the only industry that the government has tried to fix, but they can't totally control it. And that means stop people from driving because of the amount of deaths. What did we do with cigarettes? How many more people died from driving cars than cigarettes or motorcycles? We don't ban motorcycles. We don't say, hey, listen, you cannot drive a motorcycle anymore. They're all banned. Well, that wouldn't go over very well. Same thing with cars. You can't just go up and say, there are no more cars. Everything is going to be shipped by train. Everything is by train. Of course, then that's an accident right there. Or bus. No, well, you can't do bus because that might be an accident. It's the nature of life. It's like what James 4:14 says, our life is but a vapor. Okay, it starts with, what is your life? It is but a vapor and then vanisheth away. It's gone. It's a vapor. Poof. It's gone. 100 years from now, nobody's going to know who I am. Unless I become super popular. And that, just like John Wayne was. Marilyn Morrison, you know, they don't know that name, but they know one name. They know John Wayne. And John Wayne's got more fans now than he did in his prime. John Wayne does. And that's with all of us, you know. The only reason I'm popular is because I do these videos, and I mean, I like doing this. I like talking. I like to interact with people, okay? I like to do fun things like, you know, donuts with Bryan. Why would I do that? I don't know. Why is your brain so screwed up? I don't know. I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find that out, Bryan. Why are you so crazy? I don't know. You know, there's one thing which is very amazing about traveling America, okay, is all you have to do is look out your window left and right and how much land there is. Okay. Let me clarify how much unused land there is. There is so much land in the country. It is unbelievable. I mean, it's almost astounding how much land there is in the United States that's not even used. Okay? I was watching a video last night about the history of Scalextric. And it started out being wind-up cars, Scalec. And all the manufacturing that was done in China or in the United Kingdom, everything that was made in the United Kingdom, 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and then all of a sudden, a conglomerate bought them, and it all went to China. Everything. And it had nothing to do with cost. That's what I found amazing. It had nothing to do with, we can't make it here because of this. They just wanted to move it all to China. And I'm just thinking, you got all this land, you have all this free energy in a sense. You have all this infrastructure, highway systems. You have all the people, the thousands. And you know what I noticed about the plant in Hornby in England? It was all women. And I guarantee you they were all mothers, grandmothers that just were retired or that didn't have anything to do, and they wanted to do something, and they went to this, and that's who I would hire. I would advertise looking for women, middle-aged women, mothers and grandmothers that want to have a fun job. You get about 20 women or 100 women in a room and let them just have fun. Holy moly. You can't beat that. Now the thing I try to let everybody know is when I'm driving, I don't have David here with me reading the so your text messages, when you send them, they really have to be short, like literally 5 or 10 letters or words, less than 10 words. All right. They really have to be less than 10 words. Else I just can't read them. So it looks like we're breaking up and we're coming into the busiest part of Dayton, and I'm going to lose signal. Ay, ay, ay. Yep, and I can't read any of those messages that all you guys have sent. I can't read them. They have to be 5, literally keep it under 1 syllable. No, just keep it under 1 sentence, because I've got to read it really quick or it vanishes or it goes away. I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. So, honestly, I don't know what to say anymore. You know, I just went through an area that literally had 10 cell towers, and I had no service, okay? No image. You guys could text me, but you know, it literally no service, okay? So now, I don't know how long this is gonna last, okay? I can see if I'm live or not on my phone, because I'm simultasking, so I can at least see if it freezes. But if it buffers, when it says buffering, I know that I'm not serviced. So now we get to fun time. It's donut time with Bryan. It's donut time. It's donut time. It's donut time with Bryan. It's donut time with Bryan, and I get to have one of my luscious donuts that I bought at this donut shop. Okay, and we are going to have a donut. If I don't kill myself in the process. We got glazed donuts. I'm going to kill myself. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end up killing myself. So it's donut time with Bryan. I don't have any pop. I do have some orange juice. I'll have a little bit of orange juice. I'm going to have one of these glazed donuts. I got this at a home baker. And these are nice, beautiful glazed donuts. Good donut. Nice big glazed donut. I have no idea how long this live stream will stay on. I have no idea. It could shut down 5 minutes from now. Because the internet here is terrible. That's all I can tell you. I'm going to do a donut time with Bryan as long as I can. And everybody can be happy. Or you don't have to be. Totally up to you. Totally up to you. Walmart. With some orange juice. Very frustrating to do a live stream because I don't even know if people are listening to me, you know what I'm saying? And it's just frustrating because I do all talking and I don't even know if people are listening. That's the real problem. I don't even know if people are listening to me. thinking of all the different brands that came out of slot cars. Aurora's 300, and how they put all that money into that product brand, and it just didn't take off. But they invested all that money into the scale. It's kind of sad, really. But it was that pancake motor. They wanted to do a larger pancake motor. I'd like to do, you know what I'd like to do, honestly? I'd like to do a 1/32nd scale pancake motor Thunderjet chassis, 1/32nd. And all the bodies would just screw right on, just like HO, but it'd be 1/32nd. That would be sweet. So think about it. Think about a 1/32nd. Think about a 1/32nd Thunderjet like this, which is the Thunderjet. This was a 1/32nd Thunderjet, where you'd have all the components and your cars would just screw on, just like they do with Auto World, or just like they do with HO, but 1/32nd. You could use it on any track, okay? You could design it with a brush, so that your guide shoes, you could do two different guide shoes, one that has a brush on it, another just a metal. This right here is an awesome chassis. This right here. Look at that. Isn't that sweet looking? I'm giving that to Bill. I want him to go to China and see if he can make that in 1/32nd with bodies that just screw on. Yep, that's what I want to do. Look at it. This is why slot cars are so awesome. The Thunderjet chassis. Thunderjet chassis. Yep. Thunderjet chassis. Now, just because I can doesn't mean I should. But because these are so good, I'm going to have one more donut. Now, I'm not having a Coke, but I am having my orange juice, so I can have another donut, just so everybody knows. Good donut, good donut. Send me a picture of that 1/32nd Thunderjet, because I thought this was the only, because this is 1/43rd scale, okay? This isn't 1/32nd. This is 1/43rd. I'd like a picture of that. Send that to me. We don't have a lot of people watching today because I buffered so many times. Nobody wants to watch. Well, 1/32nd is not O gauge. See, 1/43rd is supposed to be O gauge. Or it's designed for Lionel, which is O gauge. Now, 1/32nd you could use for G gauge, but I still think it's a little smaller. So, well, the Thunderjet chassis, this is the chassis to build a complete slot car line. This is right here. And then you branch off on that. You branch off. You expand. Can you imagine a 1/43rd scale chassis like this with bodies on it? Just saying. And your cars could run on any track. That's the thing. Those would run on any track. I mean, that's why Carrera is having its problems. Is their evolution track is too big. They can't see what this is, and this is why they're changing their digital. Okay, So this is why they're changing digital, analog and digital. Just lost the service. I good talk. Just when I was getting into a good talk. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's why they're redoing their dig system. And I don't think they're gonna, the chips aren't, it's basically the system so that you can flip that controller to go to analog. Because there's no sense in doing two sets anymore. You might as well have one set, okay? Just take out the switches if you don't want to use them, or don't change the lanes, just set them at a, and that's what they're going to do. It's all about economics, guys. Carrera can't be making all these sets. Do you know how much those things cost to ship from China? Unbelievable how much they cost to ship from China. And then they ship them to me free because I buy, so much of product. It's really the sad thing about it is these sets are costing about, let's take the average Carrera digital set. It's probably costing Carrera in China for the whole set maybe $50. Maybe $50. Same thing with Auto World. I mean, the sets cost Auto World probably nothing. They're probably nothing. They don't cost them a dime. And you know what? They probably don't. I'll do a quick shave to look nice. I don't know why, but well, I don't know how long I'm going to have service. I do know this, that I have 38 thumbs up and I have 37 people. I don't know how that happened. But I've got 38 people watching, at least. And sunny day. It's completely sunny. Hardly any clouds. Less than 1% of clouds. 10% of clouds. Yeah, we're coming into Richmond, Indiana. You know, I told this story before. There was a great toy store in Richmond. It's been there for years. And the father died, and the son took it over, and they basically just took all the money. They didn't pay any bills, and they just built them a new house, and then everything was gone. Beaches. It was called Beaches. And really nice place. Downtown Richmond. All these downtowns are vacant. We're going from Ohio to Indiana. That's where I was born. I was born in Gary, Indiana in 1959. Gary, Indiana. Come back soon. The heart of it all. The heart of it all, Ohio. You know, one thing about Ohio that people don't understand is 9 million Ohio that people live in Ohio. And but what is so funny about Ohio is how much open land, Zanesville and Logan State Park. There is so much empty land. It is amazing. And now they make a stupid solar farm right here. This is a waste of money. This solar farm here. Absolutely an absolute joke. Oh my guys. Renewable. They say renewable. Oh, it's renewable. I'll tell you what's renewable. Pumping gas. That's renewable. Do you know how many, you know, they've got this new thing on YouTube called History by Song or something. And they sing about history. And they did one about oil and how, you know, 8 different products come from a gallon of oil. You got gasoline, kerosene, jet fuel, a hard, dark oil for ships. They got everything. Plastic. Just from 1 gallon of oil. And you know what people really misunderstand about oil? Oil is about as natural as, it's more natural than me. Oil is. Oil is more natural. Matter of fact, they're finding out now all these oil spills, not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. Oil has been seeping from the ocean floor since the beginning of time. It just seeps up, and there's organisms that just eat the oil. Same thing in Ohio. You could go to, matter of fact, there's a guy that Dave Lee, his property, you go down a little bit from Dave Lee's property, you could see oil just ooze up from the ground. Just ooze up. Just ooze up. That's why when people say about petroleum-based this or petroleum-based that, you know, everything we do has to do with oil. Where do you think before, everybody got paranoid about water. Where do you think we all got our water from? Rivers. What do you think rivers were? What do you think had in rivers? That's why the Indians couldn't stay in the same location. They got it so filthy dirty that they had to move upriver. Anybody that says the Indians were this harmony with Earth, you don't know your history. More Indians put more Indians in slavery than anybody else. I'm just telling you. An Indian camp had to change like every 30 or 40 days because of the amount of feces that was in their community. They had to move to another area. Unbelievable. Now, the road condition, I'm going to lose signal, I would say, any minute now. Okay, just so everybody knows. I don't want anybody freaking out that, you know, within a couple of minutes, I'm going to be losing signal. I want everybody to be aware of it. Not true at all. What is not true at all? What is not true at all? Now what is not true? What is not true at all? That's right, Bryan the Oracle. I am the Oracle. If people knew how much oil there was in Ohio that we're not even pumping, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break. I'm going to pull into this Love station. Let's see if there's any Love's train sets or race sets left. I'm going to take a break to go to the bathroom. All right, guys? I haven't had a break since I got gas. They're going to put another Buc-ee's in Ohio. Well, I can tell you there needs to be three in Buc-ee, 3 Buc-ee's in Ohio. There needs to be one where they're going to put where they're building it now. There needs to be another one where they want to do one in Mansfield. That's a very popular area. And then they need to do another one over in the Dayton area, over by, all right, let's see. I think there's a Love right here, yeah. All right, I'm going to get off the road here. I'm going to pull into a Love's. I'm going to see if there's any Love sets. I don't think there is. I think they're all sold out. But we'll find out. We'll see what happens. Wow, it's pretty cheap here. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, it's cheaper here than it is in Ohio. Gas spiked a little bit, but it's almost paranoid. They have no idea what this guy's doing. You're gonna have Cuba that's gonna be free, Iran's gonna be free, Russia's gonna fall, China's gonna fall. This is gonna be a great time to be alive right now. I wouldn't want to live any more right now than right now. My next 4 years are going to be absolutely amazing. So I'm going to pull in here. I'm going to leave the cameras in here because I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I'm going to park here. Let's see if there's a place to park. Yeah, right over here. I'm gonna park over here. All right, guys, I'm gonna lock the door. So far, so good. So I'm going to turn the car off. I'll be right back. Okay, I want everybody to just calm down. I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back, okay? Can everybody okay with that? Is everybody okay with it? I'm not taking the camera to the bathroom with me, okay? I know Adam would love to, live stream the bathroom. Yeah, that's okay. I'll be right back. I got to get out of the car. Oh, I'm getting too big for this car. I got to start walking April 1st. Ouch. Ow. Oh, my leg. Ah. Well, I got some good news and I got some bad news. I don't know what the bad news is. Let's put my donuts over there. Let's open this up. I've got a cup of ice here. There's plenty of ice. Oh, you know what? I found out that if you want to make ice that lasts longer, you take the water that you're going to make ice and you put it in the refrigerator for a while. And what that does is it gets rid of all the bubbles, the oxygen that's in the water. And then you can freeze it. Okay, so this there's a guy here that basically, he's right there. You see the guy right there? Okay, you see that guy right there? He went to the bathroom, didn't wash his hands. Didn't wash his hand. Now he got a gloves guy here that's having a cigarette sticking out of his mouth. He's having fun. He's just doing his job and just working hard. Works for Hardee's, works for Love's, and he's just kind of cleaning up. All right, so we're gonna pull out here, and I should comment to that guy about you should wash his hands. Whenever you go to the bathroom, wash your hands. It's common decency, you know what I'm saying? And but anyway, so there's no such in that store. I'm gonna try to stop at as many Loves as I can to see if I see anything. And here's what I am gonna do. I'm gonna buy every car I find, okay, just so everybody knows. So if there are any cars at any Love stores, I'm gonna buy them all, okay? I'm gonna do that, all right? I'm gonna do that, all right? And I'm gonna take you know what I noticed? My eye doctor says that my far sight is better. That means my it's opposite with glass, is that my far away sight is getting better. My looking at things closely, which is farsighted, is getting worse. I have to get further and further away. Like, for example, this is focused. If I'm reading something, this is focused right here. And I'm going to go as long as I can. Let me make it this clear, okay? I'm going to 2 hours, or if I lose a signal again, I'm just going to shut it off, okay? So I'm going for 2 hours. They're redoing this entire road because this road is just terrible. It's just terrible. I mean, can you imagine when they made this back in 1970, 65, 68? They were building the interstate system all over the United States all at one time. Can you imagine how many people that employed? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, let's set our cruise control to miles an hour. We'll set it to 80 and we'll just cruise, baby. Don't forget to get your pre-orders. Look at this, baby. You want to see something really sweet? Look at that. Look at that car. How many think that's a beautiful looking car? Huh? Look at that. Yeah. Only at Protinkertoys.com are you going to find that car. The slot car depot. I'm giving him a couple, 2-1. Slot car depot. $200. Now that gas was $3.11 and then $3.29, $3.39 here. That didn't make any sense. You got terrible driving right now. A lot of semis. When there's a lot of semis, there's a lot of freight going on in this country. See, the one thing that people have to understand, and I've said this a million times, I'm tired of saying it so much. That this country every single time I want to go into a really nice conversation, I lose signal. Every single time. Every single time I want to say something that I really want to say, I lose it. I lose the signal. I really don't understand it, actually. I wish somebody could clearly explain to me why that the internet in certain areas just, or not the internet, it's Wi-Fi, really what it's Wi-Fi, is just terrible. And this road is so bad, it's pathetic. See, what happened was, in the 1960s, which literally everything cost nothing compared to nowadays. Literally everything costs nothing, okay? You say to yourself, well, how does that, it's just the way it was. No, everything cost virtually nothing. If you could make an entire race set, a 4-lane slot car set, you know, with 50 feet of track or 30 feet of track with 4 cars, 4 hand throttles for literally $39.99, we got problems. And it's just don't blame Trump on it all, okay? Please don't blame Trump, okay? Because he's not the one that started this, okay? It started with Bush, or not Bush, but Nixon devaluating the dollar, and then Carter basically throwing this country to the ditch. Reagan tried to help, but he was just too much. Clinton gave it away to China. Just one screw up after another. One screw up after another. Then you have, he's the only one that cares about America. He said the same thing back in 1980. I'm behind the slowest idiot driver there is, and I'm not getting anywhere. This road is an absolute horrid. This needs to be replaced. This whole road needs to be replaced. That's all there is to it. This whole road needs to be replaced. So you basically built the internet system in the 1960s. 90% of it was built in the 1960s, where things didn't cost a penny. And so they were able to do it in the 1960s. Didn't cost a dime, hardly. Now you're rebuilding it, okay, when everything is literally 5 times what it initially cost, okay? I mean, look at this road. It's terrible. This is just absolutely horrid. Absolutely horrid. Now, I'm coming into, I'm in Indiana. I'm headed toward Indianapolis. And then I'm going to be heading, I don't know whether I'm going to go to Colorado. I think I'm going Colorado. I think I'm going to go see my sister Dora. I think I'm going to do the northern route through Colorado. I'm in the Mini Cooper, and she said that there's not been much snow in Vail. There has been, but not as much. So I might go that route. I'll know that tomorrow. Indiana wants me, but I can't go back now. Indiana wants me. I'll be gaining an hour here. It's going to be, it's right now, it's 12 o'clock. Pretty soon it will be 11 o'clock. I will save an hour. In the whole trip, I will be saving 3 hours. Amish cheese shop. That's one thing where the Amish are very populated, and that is Indiana, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania and Indiana are the biggest states. There is a population in Wisconsin and Minnesota, but more in Indiana and Illinois. Oh. Okay, I'm not going to be behind this guy anymore. I'm tired of this. Well, that was interesting. So we've had half the audience that we normally have, and that's because people just don't like when I buffer a lot. They don't like it, and they'll just go somewhere else. So you have to deal with that. We do have 41 thumbs up, which is quite amazing because we only have 33 people watching. So 41 thumbs give me a thumbs up, even though it's buffering. Okay, so that's pretty nice. Okay, you can't really knock that. Yeah, some people miss the donut time. Maybe tomorrow when I'm driving, I actually stop at a location that's got good internet. And then I can do that's what I'll do. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock, I will stop and do donut time tomorrow. And I'll actually do it at a location. Okay, how's that? Does that make everybody happy? Unbelievable. Big Dave Matthews. Now, why does that sound familiar? Big Dave Matthews. Why does that sound familiar? Big Dave Matthews. Why does that sound familiar? Big Dave Matthews. Did he used to watch about 4 years ago? Big Dave Matthews? Now, just so everybody knows, okay, I just don't want anybody to miss out, okay? I don't want anybody to feel like they are, that we are ignoring you or, mislining you, letting you know something that's not true. We want everybody to be happy, okay? We want everybody to know that when these come out, we will let everybody know, okay? When this comes out. What do you think? Do you think that's pretty sweet? Oh yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. I focused on... Donut time will be at 11 o'clock tomorrow. I'm going to be stopping at a location and I'm going to have donuts. The rest of my glazed donuts. Now, what else do I want to talk about today? We're almost over with the show. It's a 2-hour show. The hour tour. The minnow started getting tossed by the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. You know what's funny about some of these shows like the Green Acres, the Beverly Hillbillies, Gilligan's Island, all these shows that are escape. They're just fun shows. The network didn't understand it. They didn't understand how people could like this because they're idiots. Is really what they were. They were mental midget idiots. Because people want to watch something that's funny, that is just humorous, that is just funny. And that's what these shows were. Green Acres. Green Acres was canceled during the rural purge. It was highest ratings. It had the highest ratings of all the shows at its time slot. And they canceled it. They just canceled it. Just canceled it. Because they wanted to go into the rural purge. Isn't that funny though? The rural purge. Those are all the people that made your network the way it is. Well, I really can't get any speed going because everybody in front of me is driving like a midget. Come on, man. Look at that, there's nobody in front of this truck, and he's just been sitting in this lane forever. Nobody in front of him. And he's just been sitting there. He's got 4 cat diesels on there. Unbelievable. At least I move over to the... There's no traffic in my... At least I move over. At least I am considerate. Now this guy has to do 90. Right there, the white car, white Kia. Comes a Silverado doing 90. Silverado doing 90 right there. You know what's funny is that I still believe that gas prices are going to drop tremendously here. I mean, we're not even into March yet. Well, the reception is pretty bad, I will admit. The image I'm looking on my phone is pretty bad. It's like 380p. It's about 380. So this is another person next to me. Couldn't speed up fast enough, so I'm going to lose my spot. They're just kind of slowing me, coming by. I hope you feel nice about that. Unbelievable. What a bozo. Loves. Want me to stop at the next Loves? How many want me to stop at the Love store? 9 miles. I gotta sign off. We've been on long enough. 2.5 hours. Low battery mode. I got low battery mode. Well, guys, we're going to sign off. We got an afternoon show we're going to do. I'm going to take a nap while I'm driving so I can rest up. And I will see you this afternoon, okay? Does that sound like a plan? If it doesn't, too bad. Holy cow. Oh man, Bryan. Man, you're gonna kill yourself. Holy cow! That was terrible. That was terrible. Holy cow! That's a little better. So we will see you guys later. Thank you for watching this pathetic live stream today. I know it was pretty bad, but that's the way it goes. And we will see you this afternoon.